Have you ever wondered why your intimacy sometimes feels disconnected even when you're physically close? What if I told you there are 5 unspoken rules that can completely change the way you connect with your partner in bed? It's not about flashy tricks or trying to perfect every move. It's about something much deeper. The truth is, building true intimacy is less about the physical act and more about the emotional dynamics that you bring to the connection. The most powerful intimacy happens when you understand each other emotionally and not just physically. When you can break through the surface level interactions and tap into the deeper bond, that's when the real magic happens. But here's the catch. Most of us don't even realize these rules exist. They're the hidden keys to making the connection between you and your partner stronger, more meaningful, and more fulfilling. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 5 secrets to building deeper intimacy with your partner, secrets that no one really talks about. So, if you're ready to go beyond the surface and create a connection that truly lasts, keep watching. Let's dive in. Rule number 1, emotional safety first. The first unspoken rule of intimacy is that emotional safety is the foundation for everything else. Without emotional safety, neither of you will be able to truly relax and be vulnerable. It doesn't matter how perfect your technique is or how great the chemistry may seem. If she doesn't feel emotionally safe with you, intimacy will never reach its full potential. Emotional safety creates a space where she can trust you, let go of her defenses, and be fully present in the experience. It's about knowing that no matter how open or vulnerable she gets, she's not going to be judged, ridiculed, or left feeling exposed in a way that causes her discomfort. When she feels emotionally safe, she feels free to express herself, to be open, and to trust you with her thoughts and feelings without holding back. So why is this so important? The truth is, if she feels like she can't trust you emotionally, intimacy becomes a mechanical act. It's not an experience to be shared, but something she feels obligated to participate in. When emotional safety is absent, she's less likely to open up and let her guard down. Without that openness, intimacy can feel forced and disconnected, even if the physical chemistry is there. Emotional safety isn't about having perfect conversations or knowing exactly what to say. It's about creating an environment where she knows she's seen, heard, and accepted just as she is. When she feels emotionally accepted, she can fully immerse herself in the experience, and that's when intimacy becomes meaningful. If she doesn't feel emotionally safe with you, she'll always hold something back, and that emotional distance can lead to frustration for both of you. To create emotional safety, focus on being present. Don't rush the moment. Don't push for more than she's ready to give. Show empathy and listen without interrupting. When she opens up about her thoughts, fears, or desires, don't jump to conclusions or criticize her vulnerability. Listen carefully and let her know that you understand where she's coming from. Instead of fixing things immediately, acknowledge her feelings and show that you're there to support her, not just to provide solutions. This builds trust and shows her that her emotions are safe with you. Don't rush intimacy. Let it grow naturally. Let her feel comfortable taking things at her own pace. When you take the time to be present in her emotional world, she'll feel more comfortable opening up to you, which will naturally make her crave that deeper connection. For example, after a long day, instead of rushing into physical touch or intimacy, ask her how her day went and really listen. Show genuine interest in her emotional state and make sure you're fully present in that moment. She might just need to vent, and by actively listening, you show that you care about what she's feeling, not just about getting her into bed. Let the conversation unfold at its own pace. Be calm, patient, and emotionally available. In doing this, you're creating emotional safety and making her feel valued for who she is, not just for what she can provide physically. This will deepen your connection, and the physical aspect of your relationship will naturally follow. Emotional safety first, always. Rule number 2, respect her boundaries. Respecting her boundaries doesn't just mean respecting when she says no. It means understanding her comfort zone, both physically and emotionally. Physical intimacy begins with emotional respect, and respecting her boundaries goes beyond just the moment in bed. It's about creating an environment where she feels safe, valued, and understood, and knows that her limits are not only acknowledged, but honored. When you understand and respect her boundaries, she can fully let go and experience intimacy without any reservations. Why it's important. If you don't honor her boundaries, even the most passionate moments can feel uncomfortable or forced. The connection that could otherwise be deep and intimate becomes tainted with uncertainty or unease. When a woman feels her boundaries aren't respected, she pulls away emotionally, which creates a wall that's hard to break down. Respect is fundamental, not just in physical intimacy, but in every aspect of your relationship. When she knows she can trust you to honor her boundaries, she feels valued and respected, not just as a lover, but as a person. It's the foundation of a mutual, fulfilling relationship. When she knows you honor her comfort zone, she feels empowered to explore intimacy freely without the fear of judgment or rejection. This creates true intimacy where both of you can give and receive love without hesitation. To create a safe and emotionally comfortable environment, pay attention to her body language, her words, and her reactions. Body language is a huge indicator of comfort or discomfort. If she's leaning away from you, looking tense, or withdrawing physically, it's a sign she's not ready to take things further. In these moments, it's essential to check in with her, listen to her nonverbal cues, and respect what she's communicating. It's not about asking for permission every time, but understanding that true consent isn't just about asking. It's about the respect you show her every day. Let her know she can say no or ask to slow things down without feeling judged or pressured. In fact, checking in can be one of the most meaningful ways to show respect and care. Instead of assuming she's ready for more intimacy, simply ask, "Are you feeling comfortable?" Or, "How do you feel right now?" These small but significant gestures show her that you care about her emotional state just as much as her physical comfort, and it reinforces the trust between you two. It also lets her know that her comfort matters to you, not just her willingness to please. If you ever sense hesitation or uncertainty, slow things down. You don't need to rush intimacy. The connection can grow deeper when you take your time. Building trust takes patience, and you should never assume that intimacy should follow a set timetable. By honoring her boundaries and understanding her comfort zone, you demonstrate that her emotional and physical well-being is your priority. Before you initiate intimacy, take a moment to ask, "Are you feeling comfortable?" This may seem like a small question, but it carries so much weight because it shows her that you care about her well-being, not just the end result of the experience. It's not just about getting to the physical part, it's about making sure she feels safe, respected, and emotionally secure throughout the entire experience. It might feel like a simple question, but it can mean the world to her, and it deepens the bond you share. Remember that consent isn't just about getting the green light to proceed. It's about the ongoing emotional respect you show her each and every day, in every interaction. Rule number 3, connection beyond the bedroom. Intimacy doesn't start when the clothes come off. It starts with emotional connection long before the bedroom. The more emotionally connected you are outside of the bedroom, the more the physical connection will follow naturally. Many men assume intimacy begins and ends with the act itself. But the truth is, it's about building a deeper connection that lasts beyond the physical. True intimacy grows from shared moments, mutual respect, and emotional engagement. It's about connecting on a level that makes both of you feel valued and cherished, not just desired physically. The foundation for great intimacy is built through the emotional bond you share, and that emotional intimacy makes the physical connection even more powerful. When you focus on emotional connection outside the bedroom, the physical connection becomes that much more meaningful. Why it's important. Many men think intimacy begins and ends in the bedroom, but they miss the bigger picture. It's not just about what happens in the bedroom, it's about how you nurture the emotional bond before you get there. When you build a solid connection through shared experiences, deep communication, and consistent affection, the physical moments naturally become more fulfilling. Emotional intimacy is what makes physical intimacy feel real, and it's what allows you to share an experience beyond just the act of sex. When you prioritize emotional connection, you strengthen the foundation of your relationship, and that foundation will carry over into your physical connection. When she feels heard, seen, and loved outside of the bedroom, she'll want to reciprocate that emotional investment with deeper physical connection. This is where many men make a mistake. They think that intimacy is something that starts and ends in the bedroom, but real intimacy is woven through everything you do together. It's built on the little things you do throughout the day, not just in the moment when you're alone together. To truly build emotional connection, take time to connect outside the bedroom. This doesn't have to mean grand gestures. It can be the small, meaningful moments that show you care. Share experiences together, whether it's going for a walk, enjoying a meal, or even watching a show you both like. Take time to communicate deeply, not just about the day-to-day tasks, but about your feelings, your hopes, and your dreams. When she feels that emotional support and connection outside the bedroom, she'll be far more open to the emotional and physical connection that follows. You don't need to wait until bedtime to show affection. Find moments during the day to express how much she means to you. Small acts of affection, like holding her hand during a walk, sending a sweet text, or giving her a random compliment throughout the day, show her that she's cherished beyond the physical. When she feels loved and appreciated for who she is, and not just how she looks, she'll be more likely to open up emotionally and physically. The more you connect on an emotional level, the more your physical connection will thrive. Instead of waiting until bedtime, show affection throughout the day. Whether it's a quick text to let her know you're thinking about her, holding her hand during a walk, or complimenting her just because. It doesn't take much. What matters is the intention behind the action. When you check in with her emotionally, take an interest in her day, or give her a hug without any expectation, you make her feel valued as a person, not just as a partner. This makes her feel seen, and when she feels seen, she'll want to be closer to you, both emotionally and physically. Even something as simple as asking her about her day or giving her a sincere compliment can spark that emotional connection that fuels intimacy in the bedroom. When you focus on showing love and appreciation outside of the physical context, you create a stronger, more fulfilling bond that will make both of you feel more connected in every way. Rule number 4, slow down and build anticipation. Too many people rush intimacy. The 4th rule is to slow down and build anticipation. Desire grows through anticipation, not immediate gratification. When you're in a hurry to get to the end goal, you miss out on the deeper emotional connection that makes intimacy meaningful. The anticipation you build creates a magnetic pull, a subtle tension that heightens the desire and makes each moment feel more intense. It's about creating an emotional buildup that leaves her craving more. Why it's important. When you rush things, the emotional connection can feel shallow. It becomes more about the physical act than the emotional bond you're building. Taking your time allows you to layer the experience with deeper meaning, and that's what makes it memorable. If you're constantly rushing, you'll miss the small, intimate moments that create a lasting connection. The build-up of anticipation makes every step of intimacy feel more important and satisfying. When you take the time to connect emotionally, the physical connection becomes an extension of that deeper bond. Take your time with each step of intimacy. Instead of jumping straight into physical actions, focus on building tension through subtle touches, meaningful conversation, and deep eye contact. When you slow things down, you're telling her that you value the moment, not just the end goal. It's not about rushing to the next thing. It's about letting her feel the emotional weight of every small action you take. For example, a simple touch on the back or a soft kiss can send a wave of connection and anticipation, making her feel more drawn to you. Show her that each step is just as important as the destination, and that will make her want to stay present with you in the moment. A lingering kiss or a gentle touch can create powerful moments of anticipation. When you take your time with these small gestures, you allow her to feel the buildup of desire, and the experience becomes more fulfilling for both of you. She'll crave your presence even more because you've created a deeper, more meaningful connection. By not rushing through it, you're giving her the chance to truly experience the moment with you. And that's what makes intimacy unforgettable. Rule number 5, be emotionally present. The last unspoken rule is to be emotionally present. Intimacy isn't just physical, it's about being fully engaged emotionally in the experience. When you're physically close but mentally distant, the connection weakens. She needs to feel that you're not just there in body but in spirit and mind as well. When you're emotionally present, she knows you're truly there for her, not just focusing on your own desires. True intimacy happens when both partners are mentally and emotionally connected, not just physically involved. If you're distracted, caught up in your own thoughts, or thinking about something else, the emotional connection will suffer. She'll feel the disconnect, and that can create distance even when you're physically close. Why it's important? Being emotionally present is essential to making her feel seen, heard, and valued. If you're thinking about other things, checking your phone, or distracted in any way, she'll feel that emotional distance. She wants to feel like you're with her, not just in the room, but in the moment, connected with her in a real and authentic way. Emotional presence is a subtle but powerful tool in creating a deeper, more intimate connection. When she knows you're focused on her, emotionally and mentally, she'll feel safer and more comfortable opening up, both emotionally and physically. She'll crave your presence more because it's genuine. It's not forced, it's not rushed, and it's not about performing for her. It's about being with her fully in that moment. When you're with her, focus entirely on her. Don't let your mind wander to the day's events, the to-do list, or anything else. Be in the present moment with her. This means eye contact, really looking into her eyes, showing her you are with her, body and soul. Hold her gently without rushing, just to let her know she's your priority in that moment. Listen to her without distraction. Let her words land and respond thoughtfully. By being emotionally present, you're sending a message that she's not just a momentary distraction, but someone who matters to you deeply. When you do this, you'll notice how much more connected and engaged she becomes, because she feels you are truly there with her. Next time you're about to get intimate, put away your phone. Don't let yourself get distracted by notifications or anything else. Look into her eyes, hold her gaze, and really see her. Hold her hand and let her feel the connection between you. Show her that you're completely there for her, mind and body. This simple act of being present can transform your intimacy because it shows that you value her, not just for what she can give you, but for who she is. The more you practice being emotionally present, the deeper the connection will become, both inside and outside the bedroom. Better intimacy isn't about performance, it's about emotional connection. When you create trust, respect, and a deep connection outside the bedroom, the intimacy you share will feel more fulfilling. True intimacy happens when both partners invest emotionally and feel safe to be vulnerable. When you focus on emotional presence, respect, and connection, physical intimacy becomes more meaningful and natural. If you found these unspoken rules helpful, hit subscribe for more relationship tips and share this video with someone who wants to build a deeper connection. Let's continue building better relationships, one secret at a time.